Michigan State might lose this game.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome in to another edition of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. And we'll have Murray State, the number 12 seed, taking on the number 5 seed, Marquette. In around 10 minutes from now, we got tip-off between those two teams. Should be a great game, but before I get into that, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe,
And turn this game on.
Turn this game on when Michigan State against Bradley. This is insane.
This is a bracket buster right here.
So I got on the schedule, I'll be covering Murray State against Marquette. But right here, we're watching the Michigan State against Bradley game on CBS. Currently, there's 10 minutes, 44 seconds left to go in this game. And Bradley has the 1-point lead, 51-50. As things from Michigan State, they are so much better than this right now. And, oh, man. Goodness, I don't think anybody expected this to happen. Bradley with a record of 20-14 overall, up by 1 currently against Michigan State.
They don't play good teams. They're not in a good conference.
And they have the 1-point lead with 10.5 left. This is
How did
crazy.
they get in the tournament? NC State didn't.
Bradley had to win out their entire Missouri Valley Conference to do so. I think they were the 5 seed in the Missouri Valley Conference. And now they are here up by 1 against Michigan State. This is crazy. And Michigan State just took the lead back. So it's 52-51.
This is
Michigan
ridiculous.
State up by 1. But this is crazy. So we got number 12 seed in Murray State, number 5 Marquette coming at you in about 10 minutes from now. But if you're around that television screen, make sure to tune into CBS with around 9:50 left to go in the game. Michigan State against Bradley. It's a 1-point game. Let me know in the bracket who you've got and who you like. This is crazy between this Michigan State-Bradley game. Hey, what's up, Midwest Sports? Thanks for joining me back here. This is insane.
Oh, that was a horrendous
Bradley
shot.
just airballed that shot there, but we're looking at Michigan State against Bradley currently before we get you guys out to Murray State Marquette in a little bit. Michigan State has the 52-51 lead. Tip-off for Murray State Marquette will start off tip-off in about 7 minutes from now. So I'll have you guys covered with a play-by-play. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button on my videos. Hit subscribe as well as I do play-by-play the college basketball games in the March Madness tournament here. As we'll have that game for you guys. Murray State against Marquette momentarily. The Ohio Valley Conference champions, the Murray State Racers, taking on the Marquette Golden Eagles. But, yeah, this is insane right now. Michigan State, Bradley, 9:10 remaining. And Bradley just scored to take back the lead, 53.
This
52.
is ridiculous.
I don't think anybody that I know of took Bradley in the bracket here.
I certainly didn't.
Michigan State, of course, they had a couple of gaffes a few years ago. I think it was 2016 where they were the 2 and lost to Middle Tennessee State.
I remember that.
Somebody brought that up to me in the selection show. They were like, will Bradley pull off the MTSU in this one? I was like, yeah, I don't think there's no way.
Well, they might.
Here we go. It's a 53-52 with 8:50 left to go. This is crazy.
At this point, all the pressure is on Michigan State.
Yeah. Michigan State
Bradley doesn't have expectations.
Michigan State had the easy putback right there on the tip in.
And they didn't get it.
And they didn't get that. They were playing terrible. Tom Izzo.
He's been furious.
He was fuming at this team. He called over the entire team to the bench like a few minutes ago. And, oh, man, he was yelling at Nick Ward. Michigan State is so much better than this. And right now they're underachieving on so many different levels. It's unreal how this game has gone. We have a couple of players in there for Michigan State with foul trouble as well. But, yeah, Wisconsin will be playing against number 12 seeded Oregon tomorrow. So, Wisconsin and Ethan Happ in that game. Ethan Happ's been doing a great job this season for Wisconsin.
That was almost a backcourt on Michigan State.
Wow. Watching this game, this is just ridiculous right now. We've had some insane games that's gone down already. 78-77. Auburn beat New Mexico State by 1.
Had New Mexico State.
New Mexico State had the corner 3 wide open with the
and
last couple seconds remaining. They airballed the shot. And
they airballed the game-winning shot.
Auburn got the 1-point win. Other games going on TNT. It's Kansas is up against Northeastern. Close game there, 22-19.
Still early. Bradley just threw the ball away.
Yep. And Maryland leading Belmont currently 50-45. So those are the two other games going on. We have other games that will be tipping
Murray
off
State should be tipping off in about 4 minutes.
Which is the game that we'll be doing.
That's on
Murray
31.
State Marquette. We'll switch back during commercial breaks to let you know how Michigan State is doing against Bradley as well. But right now, Michigan State losing by 1 to Bradley, which nobody in their bracket had. That
Very
game
few people
you can find on CBS.
There's 2 points for Michigan State.
54-53. Michigan State with 7:35 left to go. And Bradley has the ball. Oh, wow. So you had Bradley in your bracket beating Michigan State? That's crazy. Wow.
That's like 1% of brackets.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. That's insane.
Kicked ball.
Yep, kicked ball. Went out of bounds with 7:16 left to go.
Yeah, Michigan State's in trouble.
They're like a team primarily of juniors and seniors on the roster, which is, and they have the tournament experience too. This is inexcusable that Tom Izzo's crew brought them into this tournament, and now it's a 1-point game. Yeah, that's just insane. All the very few people out there who had Bradley going up and beating Michigan State. It's going to be a high number, like 96% of brackets or something crazy like that. But here we are, number 12, Murray State, playing against number 5 seeded Marquette. This game will start off momentarily here. Watch out for the Murray State Racers with Ja Morant, projected number 2 or number 3 NBA draft pick. Come June, he dropped 36 points in the Ohio Valley Conference game to beat Belmont 77-65. Also, Belmont playing against Maryland. That game is in progress right now. I think that game's a close score in there as well. But here we are, 2 top 10 scores in all of college basketball with these guys. As you got Ja Morant ranking 8th in college basketball in points scored per game. He averages 24.6 points per game this season. Number 1 assist man in college basketball, as he averages an even 10 on assists this season. We look at Marcus Howard for Marquette. He is the leading scorer for the Golden Eagles, as he averages 25 points this season. That currently ranks 6th in all of college basketball for points scored per game. So both of those guys hopefully going to light up the scoreboard today. Murray State against Marquette. Both of the teams have the same colors as well, the blue and yellow, the yellow and blue. We look at what Marcus Howard's done for Marquette this season. He had a career-high 53 points that he dropped against Creighton. It was an overtime game. It was like 106-104 in overtime back in January. 53 points
in a college
for
game?
Marcus Howard. He has 10 games with 30 points or more this season. This guy is insane.
That's easy. That's not easy, but that's very doable if you're a star player in the NBA, but not in college. That's ridiculous.
That is incredible. And people
20 points in college is like getting 30 in an NBA game.
That is incredible, because you play 48 minutes in the NBA instead of 40 minutes in college. But here you are dropping 53 points.
And the scoring in general
with
is
Marcus
much higher
Howard
in the NBA.
Yeah, Marcus Howard doesn't get the credit that he deserves over here. I don't think he's even a top 20
Murray
NBA draft
State's
pick.
only lost 4 games all season long. That's why I think they can win this, because they don't lose.
I have Murray State too in my bracket. I have
Murray State as well.
I think this is going to be one of the best games of the first round of the tournament, even better than Auburn against New Mexico State today.
That was wild at the end.
I think actually we might be able to see a buzzer beater in this game. And speaking of Auburn, that's the best team that Murray State has played all season long. They lost a very close game to Auburn back on December 22nd, which they lost to Auburn 93-88. So here we are getting ready for tip-off. Marquette and Murray State, guys. We just got ourselves tipped off now, and we got ourselves a ball game here. So now with the right wing and a 3-point perimeter, they try to feed it down low, and that is Murray State with the ball. Turnover. Marquette gets it back. So Marquette now with the ball. They take it past the timeline here. So Murray State just turned it over on their first possession. Marquette with the ball. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button. Hit subscribe as well. Marquette with the ball. Right elbow of the perimeter. Left wing three from the outside. No good. Rims out by Joey Hauser. Rebounded by Murray State. We just got started here, folks. Murray State in the dark blue jerseys. Yellow lettering. Marquette in the white jerseys with the dark blue lettering. Murray State, and what a pass right there. Ja leading his teammate to the bucket to put it up and in, getting behind the defense. 2-0 Racers right now with 18:50 left to go in the first.
Yeah, let's go. I got Murray State.
Yep, same here. Murray State in this one. Marquette now with the ball. So Marquette in the white jerseys, Murray State in the dark blue. As Marquette has the ball, they feed it in right side baseline. Dribbling, backing their way in there in the low post. Theo John, the big man, passes it back. Fakes out the shooter. Sakar Annam, no good from the outside offensive. Put back up and in. We're tied up at 2. Joey Hauser got that shot. He's the younger brother to teammate Sam Hauser, who also is on the roster. Both of those in the starting lineup. Sam's the junior. Joey is the freshman. Murray State with the ball. Spin move in the lane. They put it back into the hands of Darnell Cowart. Goes into the lane. No good by Cowart. Rebounded by Marquette. 2 minutes in. 2-2 ball game.
Deep three.
Marquette, deep three. Knocks it down right there. 3 ball from the right corner. Guess who? Marcus Howard. 5-2. We're going to go into the box score when we do have commercial breaks in this one and update you guys on Ja and Howard throughout the game. And let's see what happens when the points rain on the board. Ja with the ball now. Dribbling right elbow of the perimeter. Dribbles back towards the right wing.
Reset.
Morant
takes the 3. And he nails it.
He nailed that 3-point shot, and nobody was expecting him to send it home. Tied up at 5 right now. What a start to this one between Murray State and Marquette. $17:05 left to go. Marquette with the ball. Free throw circle jumper. Nails that one for Marquette right there. But there was yep, they nailed it on the play. 7-5. There was a foul as well on that play with 17:02 left to go in the first.
Well, we got high scoring already.
Yeah, step back at the free throw circle. Last play by Marcus Howard. Drills that one. We got ourselves a good amount of points here.
Michigan State and Bradley are getting down to the final 5 minutes. Still a 1-point game.
Yep, 56-55 on CBS with 5:20 left to go. That shot at the free throw line was good by Howard, so they have the 8-5 lead currently. 16:50 left to go as I update you guys with the score. Murray State with the ball. They kick it back outside. Right wing 3. And no good. That was a miss from the top of the
offensive rebound.
Buchanan. And rebound up and in.
Let's go, Murray.
8-7 right now. Close game.
A lot of points early in this.
Yeah.
Only
a lot of points in the scoreboard throughout this game. Marquette now
15
with
points.
The ball, and they try to take it all the way in. Floating it up over the top. No good.
Offensive rebound, and they save it off.
Chuck it right off a Murray State player, and it goes out of bounds. So Marquette should get the ball back here on the inbound. This is insane right here.
Marcus Howard versus Ja Morant.
25 20-point games for Ja Morant. Marcus Howard has 23 20-point games this season. It's going to be a battle on the court.
Air ball.
Shot from the left baseline. No good by Marquette. Rebounded by Murray State, trying to go the distance. They kick it back outside. Passing back to Ja. He passes it right corner 3.
Nailed it
down right there from Murray State.
10-8 Murray State.
Ja Morant just makes his teammates play so much better when he's on the court. 2-point lead here by Murray.
This is what I thought the Yale LSU game was going to be like.
And Joey Hauser gets the shot down. And he gets fouled. Go to the line for 1. We're tied up at 10 here. 10 even. Oh, what a game so far. Back
already
and forth
have
battle.
a TV timeout.
Marcus Howard, Ja Morant, we're going to update you guys with a box score here of what has been going on in college basketball and the leading scorers in this game. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well to my channel. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So let's see. I think Ja Morant has 3 points so far and also 2 assists already. He's the #1 assist man in all college basketball, averaging 10 assists this season. That is insane. Also, Ja Morant in there. How about these stats? 6 games with 30 or more points scored for Ja this season. 16 double-doubles, and he has 2 games that he's had a triple-double this season for Ja Morant with points scored, rebounds, and assists per game. He's been absolutely insane. That's why he's either the #2 or #3 NBA draft pick, but depending on how the NBA scouts view him throughout this tournament, as he's going up against R.J. Barrett for that 2-3 spot. Barrett, of course, from the Duke Blue Devils, and then Zion, the clear #1 long shot right now for the NBA draft. But, man, great game so far with both of these teams on the court. And, yeah, another game out there. Michigan State against Bradley, a close one on CBS. Hey, what is up? Thank you for joining me back in here. We just got started. Pretty good point fest so far between Murray State and Marquette at this stage of the game. How about
very offensive start?
It's been great. How about that Michigan State Bradley score?
58-55.
So Michigan State with a 3-point lead, 58-55, and it looks like we have 3:47 left remaining in the game. Oh, you're watching the Kansas game against Northeastern. Who's winning in that one? I saw the scoreboard a few minutes ago. I think it was close. I think it was like 3 points in that game. Kansas
is up 31-22.
All right, so Kansas right now keeps on extending it. Yep, 31-22. It looks like Kansas has the 9-point lead. And there, yeah, I picked Kansas in my bracket to beat Northeastern in that one. But yeah, who do you have for upsets? You have any big upsets? I took Murray State in this game.
I have Murray State in this game as well because I picked mostly upsets.
But yeah, I was looking at the schedule. I think this is the best game out of all of them. Murray State against Marquette. Ja Morant going up against Marcus Howard, and both of these guys have been flashing already.
It's going to be a fight to who gets to 30 points first between the two.
Basically. Ja Morant putting up 36 points in the OVC conference final. Ja has 6 games that he scored 30 or more points this season, whereas Marcus Howard has 10 games that he scored 30 or more points, and also he dropped that 53-point game against Creighton. Missed the free throw as we're back to action by Marquette. Murray State gets the rebound. We're tied up at 10. We have 15:45 left to go before halftime.
I had New Mexico State as well, and they did lose on the missed buzzer beater.
That was way too close. And right there, Murray State goes up and in off the glass. They put it home, 12-10. Racers with a 2-point lead, under 15.5 left to go before halftime. Marquette with the ball, top of the key here. I actually have the upset, Old Dominion over Purdue, which like 10% of people put in their brackets. Shot no good off the top of the iron. Rebounded by Murray State, so Marquette just missed that shot from the field. Murray State has made 4 assists out of 5 shots they've made from the field. Morant puts that one at the left corner of the perimeter, and now they put it back into the hands of Morant. 12-10 lead for Murray. Morant at the top of the key. 14:50 left to go. Morant passes it left corner 3 by Murray.
And he
knocks
gets
it down.
15-10.
The shots are falling right now for Murray State.
75% from 3.
Wow.
3 for 4.
Tevin Brown with a huge 3-point shot. 15-10 Murray State. Oh, man. Wow. So you're beating Charles Barkley in
huge
bracket.
3 there from Marquette, and he missed it. Long 3.
So Marquette missing the 3-pointer. Murray State gets the rebound. Murray State underneath the basket, passes it back, top of the key 3. They are
and he nails it.
And a
80%, 4 for 5 from 3. Imagine if Yale did this earlier. Yep. If Yale shot like this, they would have blown LSU out. Morant is on fire with the assists.
Ja, baby. Actually, I don't have a Twitter at the moment.
I deleted mine.
Yeah.
Twitter sucks.
But wow, Murray State with an 8-point lead, 14-10 left to go. What a game! Ja Morant right now just lighting it up from behind the arc.
See if that can keep up. That 3-point shooting doesn't hold up at levels like that. Yeah. So they need to build a lead here because these threes aren't going to go in at 80% all game
4
long.
for 5 right now from 3-point range for Murray State. Marquette shooting 1 for 4 from behind the arc at the moment. Just looking at Michigan State against Bradley right now as we switch back. It looks like Michigan State has
63-55. So they've got a little more control here.
Yep. So 63-55. Michigan State's leading Bradley at the moment. So as that game about 15 minutes ago, that was Bradley who had a 1-point lead 15 minutes ago, but Michigan State now with a comfortable 8-point lead. Finally, they've been able to hit shots and do something correct on the court, unlike earlier in this game where Tom Izzo was just screaming at the entire Michigan State team. But what a great day of college basketball. Yale against LSU, we started off with. Yale was down by 16 at the half. They cut the game, or LSU's lead. They cut into that LSU lead. Yale played a lot of good defense in the second half, but it just wasn't enough. LSU hitting some big clutch free throws down the stretch, pulling out the victory there. Of course, New Mexico State against Auburn. Wild game in the last minute or so with the leading scorer for Auburn, Jared Harper, falling out. And then a couple of turnovers in that final minute for Auburn. And then New Mexico State got right back in the game. They had the final chance for a 3-point shot, except they airballed it from the left corner, and Auburn escaped with a 1-point victory. Crazy game there. Florida State against Vermont. Florida State got the W against Vermont. That game was close throughout. Of course, the first game of the day, Minnesota, the 10 seed, beating Louisville 86-76. And it looks like Kansas has that 10-point lead against Northeastern, currently 35-25 at the moment. So, yeah, we're on a commercial break between Murray State and Marquette. And the buckets just keep on falling down from Murray State at this rate of the game. Wow,
18
that's crazy.
Changes.
So between Michigan State and Bradley, there were 18 lead changes in that entire game. Maryland against Belmont right now, close game. 2-point lead by Belmont with under 8 minutes left to go. So 60-58 Belmont with a 2-point lead against Maryland in that game. Right now, we're going to get you guys back to Murray State against Marquette. We have 14-10 left to go in the first right now. So here we are back to action. Marquette has the ball. They're passing around the perimeter. They're down by 8 at the moment. So they put the ball into the hands of Marcus Howard. Howard now trying to dribble inside. Feeds it to his teammate down inside the low post under the basket.
Travel.
And a travel right there under the basket by Marquette. So that was Ed Morrow who traveled with the ball for Marquette. Turnover as it goes back to Murray State with 13:54 left to go in the first.
Belmont's up on Maryland 60-58.
Wow. So, yeah, Belmont with a 2-point lead right now. I have Belmont sneaking into the Sweet 16, by the way. And speaking of Belmont, Murray State beat Belmont in the OVC final 77-65. And looks like we have a foul called with 13:39 on the play right there.
65-60 Michigan State.
So, wow, yeah, Michigan State's up by 5.
They are hanging on for dear life.
So the ball just got tipped out of bounds by Marquette. So we'll go back to Murray State here momentarily as we do get back to action. So Murray State with the ball. They're at the right wing of that 3-point perimeter with, of course, Ja Morant. He passes it to his teammate now. They feed it inside, and what a block from behind right there by Ed Morrow of Marquette. Marquette with the ball down by 8. 13:20 left to go in the first. And they try to pass it, and it gets turned over. In the fast break, and that ball gets swatted out of bounds right there. Murray State touched it last. Marcus Howard, what an effort. Towards the right side corner of the court, but the ball did sneak into the baseline, so Murray State should get the ball back here on the inbound. Yeah, nice diving attempt right there by Marcus Howard. Didn't quite go into the press stands like the last game where there was a spilt soda between Yale and LSU, but here we are back to action. Yeah. 13 minutes left to go. Ja with the ball, and he slips down on the court with a foul called. Yeah, I don't like that when you see that, especially the number 2 NBA draft pick, but it's good to see him get back up on his feet. So I remember the last time a top 5 NBA draft pick slipped on the court. Yeah, it wasn't a good one. He also busted out his shoe on that same play. That was 36 seconds into that game against UNC. Right wing 3 from the outside. Knocks it down.
Was that a 3?
I think it was. Oh, no, deep 2. So
long
foot
2.
was on the line, but the 3 ball goes down from the outside for Murray State. 8 for 12 shooting right now.
Very, very
good. For the Racers. 20-10, they have the lead. Marcus Howard has 6 out of the 10 points for Marquette right now. The rest of the team only 4. They need a lot more points out of the Hauser brothers of Marquette.
Belmont taking a big lead over Maryland, 67-60.
Wow. So, yeah, 6:45 left to go in that game. Belmont with a 7-point lead over Maryland. Marquette now gets the ball back on the inbound. They pass a deep 3 from the left wing. Knocks it down. Wow. 3-point shot good for Marquette.
Needed that badly.
It's by Sam Hauser. He's the older Hauser brother who hit the 3-point shot. 20-13. Murray State up by 7. Ja with the ball at the top of the key. 12-10 left to go before halftime. Ja dribbling. Ja now passes it inside, low post, jumper inside, try to bank it home, no good.
Not a great shot there.
And rebounded by Marquette. Under 12 left to play before halftime, trying to go inside.
How did Howard get that?
Marcus Howard, baby. Puts in 2 off the backboard. 8 points so far out of the 15.
How did he get that
Howard.
to drop?
Circus shots, they drop left and right for this guy, Marcus Howard. That's why he has ridiculous point totals week in and week out. 20-15. Murray State up by 5. Pass inside and a foul called with 11:31 left to go in the first. So 11:31 left to go in the first. If you haven't done so already, make sure to check out Ja Morant, guys. Possibly the number 2 NBA draft pick.
Very, very good.
But yeah, what we got here for point totals for Ja Morant and Marcus. I think Marcus right now, he has 8 out of the 15 points for Marquette currently in that game. And then looks like we're looking at the scoreboard here. Belmont beating Maryland at the moment, 67-61, with around 4 minutes left to go in that game. How about
Kansas is up on Northeastern.
Yep, so Kansas leading against Northeastern by a pretty good margin. I think 37-25 at halftime.
And Michigan State up on Bradley 70-62 with 54 seconds left.
So 54 seconds left in that game. Michigan State leading against Bradley, 8-point game, 70-62. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button down below. Make sure to hit the subscribe button as well, as I do play-by-play the college basketball games. But yeah, Ja Morant in this one coming out early, and Murray State shooting the ball at 62% from the field and 80% from 3-point range.
That's the big thing right there.
So that's what's making those numbers pop and happen right now. 4 for 5 from behind the arc by Murray State as we're on a TV timeout. When we do get back to action, we'll have 11:31 left to go before halftime between Murray State and Marquette. But yeah, what I definitely expected, lights on the scoreboard here. Both of those guys lighting it up early, Ja and Marcus Howard at this stage of the game. Marcus Howard with 8 points right now. But yeah, this is what I definitely expected with both of these teams. And Murray State's played very clean basketball so far. They have not yet turned over the ball.
That's huge.
Whereas Marquette's turned it over twice. So that's been the key so far in the early stages here. Is we're almost like halfway through.
Rebounding
that
equal as
first
well.
half. So yeah, the rebounding edge tied up at 6 between Murray State and Marquette. So if you haven't done so already, hit the like button to my videos. Hit subscribe as well, as I'll be doing play-by-play throughout the March Madness tournament. So stay in the know here with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Let's see what's going on in the tournament here. Belmont against Maryland as we have this tournament update. Weaving in and out of defenders right there, and looks like Maryland got the tip in.
68-69.
So close game.
That's a close game.
Yeah. So close game between Belmont and Maryland. That's an 11 versus 6 matchup, but it looks like Belmont has the 1-point lead, I believe, 69-68 with
under 5 to go.
Under 5 left to go in that game. First shot at the free throw line by
Not
Murray
even
State.
close. Looks like me.
Yeah, it was an ugly shot at the free throw line right there that was by Breon Witt or Darnell Cowart right there, 32, not 22. So 32. Murray State missed the second one. So Murray State misses both of their shots at the free throw line. John Morant already with 5 assists in this game. He averages 10 on the season. Number 1 in all college basketball. Marquette down by 5 with the ball, and no good on the shot by Marquette. Ball goes out of bounds. Let's see who the refs roll it out. They was last touched by Murray State, so the ball will go back into Marquette's hands here.
Ooh.
Looking at the replay. That was close. 11-14 left to go. Marquette gets the inbound pass, and Murray State almost stole it. Marquette does get it back, though. Marquette with the ball, right elbow. They pass it right baseline here. Trying to dribble with the ball inside the key. They float up the shot up and in.
Floater
by Marquette. 3-point game. Marcus Howard with 10 right now. Gonna update you guys here with the score. 20-17 with 10:45 left to go before the half. Murray State with the ball under the basket. Tie up on the play.
Possession arrow.
Marquette, it looks like. Yep. So turnover on the tie up by Murray State. So that was a tie-up with Marquette and also Murray State's number 23, KJ Williams. So the ball goes back into the hands here of Marquette. The Golden Eagles down by 3. Left wing 3 by Howard.
Nails it down.
We're tied up at 20
already. Not even a quarter of the way through the game.
Wow. 10 straight points scored in the last 2 minutes.
2 minutes for Marquette. Run for Marquette.
We're tied up at 20, folks.
Come on, Ja Morant needs to get something going
Ja Morant, number 2 NBA draft pick with the ball. I took Murray State in this game. I think you did too.
I did as well.
Right wing 3 by Murray. No good from the outside. And the rebounding size goes to Marquette there. They get the rebound with halfway through before halftime. Shot no good off the glass by Marquette. Rebounded by Murray State. Pushing tempo here up the court by Murray. Kicks it back outside. Right wing 3.
Nails it.
Oh, these 3-point shots keep on dropping by Murray State. Tevin Brown with a 3-point shot there. 23-20. I'll update you guys with the score once again. We have 9.5 left to go. Marquette with the ball down by 3.
It's been a heck of a game early.
Back their way, low post, fadeaway jumper. Sinks that one into the net. Nice shot right there. As he was dribbling baseline, hits the left side jumper. 23-22 Murray State. Trying to go coast to coast to the basket. Too strong off the backboard. Rebounded by Marquette here. Both of these teams pretty equal in shooting. 9 for 16 from the field by Murray State. 9 for 17.
Final Michigan State does hold off Bradley 76-60.
So that one is just gone final. Michigan State gets the W against Bradley.
They
76
pulled off and
to 65.
Win the game. That was way closer than it should have been.
There, wow. It's a very close game. But so Michigan State will advance and they'll take on their conference opponent Minnesota on Saturday. Here we are back to action. 1-point game. Murray State got the rebound. 23-22. Murray State with the ball. Ja passes it. Left wing three. No good. That three-pointer did not go by Murray. Rebounded by Marquette here. Both of these teams pushing tempo on the court. Trying to go past defenders in the lane. Ball goes out of bounds as Marquette.
Off of Marquette.
Lost control of that one. Ball went out of bounds with
Belmont,
8:44
Maryland, tie game under 4 minutes. 71-71. Wow. I cannot wait till tomorrow just surfing between games.
So 1-point game here. 23 Murray State, 22 Marquette. Gonna update you guys with the score. Murray State try to go inside. No good. Too strong off the top of the backboard. 8:20 left to go before halftime. Marquette with the ball rimmed out. We do have, I think, a foul on the play with 8:17 left to go in the first. So Ja tried to wrestle that ball away. Let's see here in the replay. Murray State missed a shot, and there was a foul as there was a tie-up between Theo John for Marquette trying to battle with the ball with John Morant of Murray State. So Marquette gets the ball back on the inbound. And we do have another close game. Belmont against Maryland, 71 even with 3:42 left to go in that game. We'll update you guys on that one. Thank you so much for updating me here in the chat. Three-pointer from the outside, no good by Marquette. Rebounded by Murray State. Murray State now with the ball at the left wing of the three-point perimeter here. They pass it off to the top of the key. Cowart feeds the ball inside. It gets taken away by Marquette. Pushing tempo here for the Golden Eagles. 7:45 left to go in the first. Marquette with the ball, dribbling. And we got ourselves reaching. Or no. Foul called on the play. Gonna update you guys here with a score. We have 7:42 when we get back to action. 1-point game. This is everything.
This is exactly what we thought it would be.
Yep. Everything that I expected right now. So when we do get back after the TV timeout, we'll have 7:42 left to go before halftime and a 23-22 game in this one. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel as well as I do play-by-play of college basketball games here. But yeah, what a great day of college basketball action. So Murray State just keeps on dropping three-point shot after three-point shot right now. And yeah, it looks like they're shooting 5 for 8 from behind the arc. Not sure if that number will continue, but already 5 three-point shots. That was really what Yale needed.
That's exactly
against LSU.
If Yale had shot like that, they would have easily won that game.
Yep. But here we are. It's a 1-point game between Murray State and Marquette at the moment right now. We have other close games like 71 even between Belmont and Maryland with 3:42 left to go in action of that one. Also, Kansas up at the half by 12 against Northeastern, 37-25. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button down below and the subscribe button as well, as I do play-by-play of college basketball games. Hey, thank you so much for joining me back here on the chat, Midwest Sports. That's
Maryland up.
Belmont just
surrendered. Well, it was tied, but now Maryland's up by 3.
Was tied. Belmont followed Maryland. Maryland at the free throw line, and Maryland's up by 3, 74-71 with under 2:40 left to play in this game. We're in a TV timeout between Murray State and Marquette at the moment. 2:30 left to go between Maryland and Belmont. I'll keep you updated in this one. Belmont currently with the ball dribbling around the perimeter, as we'll get back to Murray State against Marquette. But I'll keep you guys updated on that one. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. So, yeah, this is everything I expected right now between both of these teams.
Yep.
Wow, that's a crazy stat. Ja Morant with 5 assists in the first 6 minutes of this game. Ja with only 3 points, but 7 assists for Murray State, only 1 by Marquette.
Howard's had to do everything himself for Marquette.
Yeah.
Which has been the problem.
So here we are back to action. Murray State's only scored 3 points in the last 5 minutes, 16 seconds, though, as Marquette tied this game up at 20. It was a 20-10 lead Murray State had.
Yeah, and then it was all Marquette since then.
So it looks like Murray State will get the inbound here with 7.5 left to go. They just put the ball all the way to the backcourt. Nobody was there. Marquette slams it home. That's an offensive gaff right there by Murray State.
Horrendous turnover.
Maybe an imaginary person was sitting on that half-court line, but maybe they saw the March Madness logo, thought it was a dark blue jersey, just threw the pass out, but there was nobody there. Marquette slammed it home in transition. 1 point lead by the Golden Eagles. Murray State no good. The shots are not falling right now for the Racers.
No, their field goal percentage has dropped immensely over
Marquette
the past
now
5
weaving
minutes.
in and out, and the ball goes out of bounds, and Marquette will retain the possession here. I'm going to update you guys with the chat. We have a new leader in this game from Marquette with a 1 point lead. 6:57 left to go. Marquette will get the inbound. They do put it at the top of the key here with Joey Hauser. Puts the ball into the hands of Howard. Deep three, Marcus Howard, no good. Rebounded by Ja of Murray State. Ja pushing tempo, trying to go in the key, floating up a shot, but he is fouled as Ja Morant will go to the line to shoot 2. Ja Morant on the season, he's a 81% free throw shooter this year in a 1 point game with 6:45 left to go.
He's got to hit these. These are big free throws.
First shot at the line. We have ourselves a tie game. 24 even, guys. 6:45 left to go before halftime. Ja Morant just hit his first shot at the free throw line.
Got a chance for another here.
Second shot by Ja. Knocks that one down. Murray State takes the lead back, 25-24. Marquette with the inbound here with 6:40 left to go. Belmont against Maryland. Maryland has a 4 point lead, 77-73 with 1:15 left to go. Jumper at the key for Marquette, and no good. Almost tried to get the roll, but it bounced around the rim. Rebounded by Murray State now. Spin move by Ja. Passes it off to his teammate, and we got a travel called on the play by Murray State. So a turnover by the Racers. And the ball will go back to Marquette. Looks like the refs blew that whistle a little bit too late. I think they called a travel on Ja, and he spin move in the lane, fell down with the ball. I think the travel was on Ja, but the refs called that like 3 seconds after when his teammate had the ball in his hands. 5 points by Ja so far in this game, 5 assists as well. Marquette with the ball. 6:10 left to go before halftime. A 1 point game. Marquette has it. Left wing of that 3 point perimeter. Howard passes that one. Hauser travels with the ball. I think that was
a lot of traveling. The NBA should actually call traveling like they do in the college.
So back-to-back travels right now. Joey Hauser just traveled with the ball for Marquette with 6:01 remaining. He's the younger Hauser brother. Sam Hauser is the older one. He's a junior on the team. Joey is the freshman. Murray State with the ball under the basket.
Rejected, but
we got a foul called. So number 13, Devin Gilmore, will go to the free throw line for Murray State. He is a 64% free throw shooter on the season. Gonna update you guys here with a chat with a score. Murray State up by 1. Gilmore has made only 9 free throws on the season, just made his 10th one right there. So obviously he's not the man that usually goes to the free throw line.
No, not at all.
26-24, Murray State with a 2 point lead. Second shot at the free throw line by Murray, and he knocks them both down. So 27-24. Right now, Murray with a 3 point lead. Marquette with the ball. Marquette takes it past the timeline here. They put that ball into the hands of Marcus Howard, dropping a career-high 53 with a 106-104 win against Creighton back in January. Howard trying to dribble in the key, almost had the ball stolen. He does. Murray State in transition. Now 3-on-1, going to the basket, and there's a foul called on the play. Murray State will go to the line for one. Leroy Buchanan will be shooting free throws by the Racers. Also known as Shaq Buchanan. His nickname, he's a 71% free throw shooter on the season. 5:25 left to go in the first. Shaq Buchanan at the free throw line. 3-point lead by Murray State. First shot, it was close to going down, but it rattled out at the last second. So no good right there. Still a 3-point game. We have 5:25 left to go in this game. Shaq Buchanan at the free throw line makes it a 4-point game. I'm going to update you guys with the score. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe as well. Marquette now with the ball. How about this? 1 minute left to go. Maryland is leading Belmont 78-77. So that game's on True TV. 1-point game between those two teams. Deep three from the outside.
Good.
Knocks it down right there, I believe.
Nailed that.
Yep, Marcus Howard once again with a 3-point shot. 1-point game, 28-27.
16 points already.
16 out of the 27 points by Marquette has been by Howard. Weaving in between teammates, and Ja gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. So I'm going to update you guys with the score here in the chat. This is everything that I thought it would be. This
has been a phenomenal game.
Great game so far with both of these teams, Murray State and Marquette. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Make sure to hit the subscribe button as well. 4:54 left to go in the first. First shot at the line, and it's good. So we have
Ja is fantastic. Marcus Howard is fantastic. Great players for both teams, and they're both leading the way for their teams.
Two top 10 scorers in all college basketball, and right now it's a 2-point game. Murray State up 29-27. Ja at the free throw line once again for Murray. Knocks it down. They have 30.
He's got 7 points and 5 assists already.
4:54 left to go before halftime. It's a battle between two of the top 10 players scoring in all college basketball. Number 8, Ja Morant. Number 6, Marcus Howard. Shot no good by Marquette. Rebounded by Murray State. And a foul from behind by Howard right there with 4:40 left to go in the first.
There's 2 seconds left in Maryland Belmont, and it's 78-77.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we're just going to switch over to Maryland Belmont for a second. You guys.
What's that on True TV?
So 2 seconds left between Maryland and Belmont. The score's Maryland 78, Belmont 77. It's on True TV with 2 seconds left. So we'll be back momentarily.
79-77.
With Murray State against Marquette.
Oh, this is going to take 2.5 seconds. It's going to take 2.5 minutes.
And a timeout called by Maryland. So I'm just going to switch back to Murray State Marquette for a second. Then we'll get back to Belmont Maryland in a moment.
That's going to be a buzzer beater opportunity.
Shot no good by Marquette. Rebounded by Murray State now. Murray State with the ball with 4:20 left to go before halftime. Dish it outside, right corner 3.
Nailed it.
Down right there.
Is that 33-27. He has 12 points.
6 assists today by Ja Morant.
And Brown has 12 points.
We're going to switch momentarily once they get back from commercial break. Maryland against Belmont. We have 2 seconds left to go in that game. It's on True TV. It's 79-77. Maryland with a 2-point lead. Right here, Murray State's up 33-27 with 3:52 left to go against Marquette. Going to update you guys on this game, though. Belmont against Maryland with 2.5 seconds left.
79-77 Maryland with 2.5 seconds left. This is what March Madness is all about.
Yeah, March Madness at its finest right now. What a game between both of these teams. So I'm just going to update you guys in the chat. We are looking at Belmont against Maryland momentarily. with the last 2 seconds remaining. We're going to get back to action to Murray State against Marquette right after the final 2 seconds of this Belmont, Maryland game. Going to update you guys here. So right now we do have Murray State against Marquette playing. We're going to get back momentarily to action there, just watching the last 2 seconds of Maryland against Belmont before we do get back to Murray State Marquette.
Game here.
Maryland is at the free throw line trying to make this a 3-point game.
And
they
lays
miss
it short.
Rebounded
Buzzer
by Belmont
beater
here at the buzzer, and they fall short, and that game is over. What a game. So
Maryland moving
on right there, beating Belmont by 2. What a game between both of those teams. I had Belmont.
What a game. I had Maryland winning that, so I'm
wow.
very happy that they held on to win, but what a freaking game. Doesn't get much closer than that.
What a game. So I'm just going to update you guys here with the latest score. Murray State against Marquette. We are back to action in this one. They are on a TV timeout. We do have 3:52 left in that game. The game just went final. It was Maryland who beat Belmont 79-77 just a few moments ago. 33-27 over here in this game between Murray State
So, yeah, this is
Marquette.
The last game because they always kind of have like a dinner time break between the night games and the afternoon
games.
The
last game right before St. Mary's Villanova tips off at 7:20. So we'll have that stream covered for you guys as well. Interesting matchup there as St. Mary's beat Villanova. St. Mary's beat Gonzaga 60-47 in the WCC conference tournament. They get Villanova, the defending national champs, later. Desperation 3 at the buzzer in the game that just concluded, but it fell short for Belmont. So Maryland just won that game by 2 points, 79-77. So the Maryland Terrapins move on to take on LSU on Saturday. So it's a 6 versus 3 matchup. First shot at the free throw line, and it goes down by Marquette. 33-28. 5-point game. Murray State now with the ball. They take it past the timeline, and now they're at the top of the key with Ja. Ja passes it off. Left corner 3.
Got
it down from outside right there. Murray
State is shooting. They are shooting the ball.
And they are connecting from the field with 3.5 left to go. 8-point lead by Murray State. Ja with 7 points, 7 assists already. He could have 10 by halftime.
He could have 10 and 10 by halftime.
Yep. And then we just need to get him some rebounds so he can get a triple-double. He has 2 triple-doubles this season. Inside the paint, and right there, banks it home by Marquette. They cut into the Murray State lead here. 36-30. Racers up by 6. Murray State with the ball, passing inside, and a foul called. And going to the free throw line will be Devin Gilmore of Murray State. So we have 2:59 left to go in the first. Murray State now at the free throw line with Devin Gilmore. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. First shot at the free throw line goes down from Murray State. They have a 7-point lead. 37-30. Murray is up against Marquette.
Kansas is up on Northeastern 40-30 at the start of the second half. Or like a couple minutes in.
16.5 left to go. Kansas with a 10-point lead against Northeastern. Second shot at the free throw line, no good by Devin Gilmore, Murray State. And it gets rebounded by Marquette here. 2:50 left to go. Marquette tried to steal it before it went across that half court by Marquette does get the ball back underneath the basket here for the Golden Eagles.
Shot.
Passing around the perimeter. Left wing three.
Nailed it.
Knocked it down. That was one of the Hauser brothers who hit the
Sam.
3 ball. Sam.
He's got 8
His
points
name.
on the game.
8 points right now for Sam. 37-33. Ball
Bad,
stolen. Bad pass
turnover
by Murray State. In transition, Marquette. No good. And the ball
Marquette
gets tipped out of bounds. Wow.
What a back and forth game this has been.
Great game between both of these teams. Lots of offense. We're not even at halftime, and Murray State just needs a 3-point shot to reach 40. Both of these teams battling, pushing tempo throughout the court in this one. 2:19 left to go before halftime. Marquette will get the inbounds pass. They pass it to the right corner. Right corner three, catch and shoot, no good. Offensive rebound. No. And they lose the ball out of bounds.
Marquette ball.
Murray State did tip it out, so Marquette will still retain possession with Ed Morrow as he got the offensive rebound there for the Golden Eagles. Battling the boards. That's what Marquette does with their size. There was Ed Morrow going up against Shaq Buchanan on the boards. And those numbers show Marquette out-rebounding Murray State on the offensive board so far, 8-1. So Marquette owning the boards in the offensive end inside the low post. Marquette banks it home right there by Ed Morrow. 2-point game, 37-35, 1:55 left to go before halftime. Ja takes it past the timeline for Murray State. Ja now, top of the key here for the Racers. Passes it off to the right wing.
Bad turnover again.
His pass goes off the fingertips of his teammate. Marquette with a steal. Marquette trying to take it inside. No good. Too strong off the backboard.
Rebound.
Offensive rebound. The 9th offensive rebound by Marquette. And an offensive foul called by Ed Morrow of Marquette.
Kansas is pulling away from Northeastern. 45-30 now. That game's getting out of hand.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw the bracket. Why Northeastern was paired up with Kansas State. Kansas.
Well, Kansas State.
Yeah, Kansas State plays against UC Irvine.
They're gonna lose.
It's gonna be an interesting game. 2-point game here though. 37-35.
Oh! Alley-oop!
The alley-oop right there. Devin Gilmore with an alley-oop pass from Ja with a minute left. 39-35. This is what makes college basketball in the tournament so great. "50 seconds before halftime. Marquette with a ball in the key. They pass it back outside. Left wing of the 3-point perimeter.
Bad turnover by Marquette.
Stole it away. Murray State, 2-on-1. Jumper at the free throw circle. Hit the rim short, though. No good. Rebounded with 30 seconds left by Marquette. Marquette now. Left corner three. Missed it wide. Right there off the front part of the
Murray
iron.
wants the last shot here. 22 seconds left.
4-point game. Murray State's up 39-35. Murray State will have the last chance to score before halftime. 12 seconds left. The ball in Ja's hands before the half. 10 seconds here with Ja. Ja dribbling right wing of the perimeter now. Ja, top of the key. Step back three.
Nails it!
Hits that 3-point shot by Ja Morant from the outside.
And now we got a full court buzzer beater.
That was close.
That was actually pretty close.
Marquette with a full court shot at the buzzer.
42-35 at the half.
It hit the backboard, but Murray State right now going to update you guys in the
42-35 at the half. What a game. And
With
Murray
a 7-point
State
lead.
is looking good.
If you haven't done so already, hit the like button to my videos down below. Hit the subscribe button as well, as I do play-by-play of college basketball games in the tournament. But
Ja's been unreal.
Man, Ja Morant in that first half, guys.
He's got like 10 and 8.
This guy is insane right now. Thank you so much for the likes out there. Keep it up, guys. You guys are doing great here. Let me know in the chat.
10 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds in the first half for Ja.
Oh man, possible number 2 or number 3 NBA draft pick, depending on how he plays in the tournament compared to RJ Barrett from Duke. But Ja Morant putting up some big numbers in the first half, possibly even. What's he got for rebounds? 4 rebounds. So if he had 6 more rebounds, And
2 more assists.
2 more assists. He could have a triple-double by the end of this game. That's crazy. Ja Morant already
He'll definitely get the assist.
Yep. He'll have another double-double. He has 16 double-doubles on the season.
Make that 17.
Yep. 2 triple-doubles this year as well. Ja Morant doing it all in the first half. Let's see Marcus Howard, what he's got for Marquette. I'm curious to see.
Points.
Wow, 16 points out of the 35. So
only 1 rebound and 1 assist though. So he's really all he's doing is their scoring.
So almost half the points.
He's got almost half of their scoring.
By Marcus Howard is we're at halftime between Murray State and Marquette. What a game here between these two teams right now. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button down below. Hit subscribe as well, as I do play-by-play of college basketball games. So stay in the know here with my channel on YouTube throughout the March Madness tournament.
Murray State shot 72.7% from 3-point range in the first half.
Oh, man, what a great number.
8
that is
for
ridiculous.
11 from 3.
That is unreal.
Imagine if Yale did that.
Yep. They would have won today against LSU.
Yale would have blown LSU out if they could have shot like that.
Instead, LSU gets Maryland on Saturday.
Because Yale could not hit a shot.
It was all because of Miyeoni. He only had like 3 points, the leading scorer for Yale. He averaged like 16 per game, and he came up short against a very tall, very talented LSU team today. But oh my goodness, this game, Murray State Marquette, just lived up to the hype right now with both of these teams. Marquette is owning Murray State on the rebounding advantage, though, 22-14 currently at the stage of the game. Look at these offensive rebounds, though. Marquette also out-rebounding Murray State on the offensive boards, 9-1 as well. But Murray State, 10 assists at halftime. Murray State ranks 6th in all college basketball in assists per game. They average around 18 assists per game. Ja Morant pulling those figures there. He has about 10 assists per game, as this has been one of those hyped up games. Ja Morant, Marcus Howard, and we're at halftime right now, 42-35 between Murray State and Marquette. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and also the like button, as well as I do play-by-play of college basketball games. So stay in the know here with my channel, Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. But yeah, not much going on for college basketball action at the moment.
No,
I think
the dinner time break.
Yeah, dinner time break basically on CBS. So Michigan State beat Bradley.
Barely.
Yep. So that game wrapped up around like 35-40 minutes ago. But Northeastern against Kansas. It's Kansas who's just pulling away right now.
Yeah, Kansas is starting to take it to them a little bit.
So that's the only other game going on right now. Looks like Kansas will be advancing to the second round. They have a pretty big lead against Northeastern. That looks like
things start up again about an hour from now with Florida and Nevada.
Yep.
And I have Florida in that game.
Same here. I got Florida in that game. I'm not comfortable with Nevada. Looking at Nevada, their team is stacked with upperclassmen, seniors, and juniors. But, man, do they have some egos on that team. Jordan Caroline is one of their star senior players. They lost at Utah State a couple of weeks ago at the beginning of the month. And what happened after they lost to Utah State? Jordan Caroline was just absolutely, he was just aggravated, pissed off after that game, and then he punched the fire extinguisher box inside the Utah State hallway next to the locker rooms after that game. I'm liking Florida against Nevada. And now when Nevada has a really good record, 29-4 overall. They haven't played anybody good, though. And 2 of their 4 losses have been against San Diego State. San Diego State this season lost right before the new year against Brown, and it was at San Diego State. And it wasn't even a close game. Brown got onto a 26-0 run to end the game and beat San Diego State. Yet San Diego State beat Nevada in the semifinals in the Mountain West tournament. So I like Florida in that game. San Diego State lost to Brown 82-61 back on December 29th. So, yeah, interesting there. A lot of people do have Nevada, though, with the seniors they have. it is a talented team, but I think that all the personalities and the egos will get in the way when they do actually play a power conference team. They do play a power conference team with Florida. They do have 15 losses by Florida, but this is a whole new game. Take away all the losses, take away all the wins in the tournament. You have to play 40 minutes of basketball, and that's what you have to show for after the end of round one. And that's something that Virginia could not do a year ago against UMBC.
Yeah.
So erase all the records from the board. None of that matters. All that matters is that you get the W in the game in the first round of the tournament, and then in the second round, get the W in every round. Only one keep on getting the W until you're the only team left remaining in the national championship with 2 teams left. And as long as you play the win, there you have it. Just like all those national championship brackets out there. But we're at halftime currently between Murray State and Marquette.
Yes, we are.
42-35 at the half. And looking at other games that went on today, Belmont against Maryland was a close one. Back and forth and back and forth. Belmont won their play-in game against Temple on Tuesday, but it was a little bit too close right here. Full court desperation 3, no good at the very end for Belmont. Maryland moving on to play LSU in the second round on Saturday.
This made it a 1-point game. Free throws there. He made 1 of 2. Last-ditch effort by Wendler, no go. And Maryland survived. This was a heck of a game. It didn't get.
Yeah, one hell of a game right there between Maryland and Belmont. Yep. Another game going on right now. It's just Kansas. It's just whooping Northeastern in this game. Kansas had some trouble throughout the season. The first time ever in 14 years that they did not take home the Big 12 regular season crown.
No, well, they're pulling away now.
Yep. But
53-32.
None of that matters when it comes to the tournament. Kansas is led by Dedrick Lawson. He averages like 19 points per game this season. Michigan State had to play a very gritty chip-in game, back-and-forth battle between Bradley today, who had a 19-14 record going into this one. It was a close game, but Michigan State pulled out the W against Bradley in a very, very close matchup. 76-65, Michigan State with a W.
And a lot of that was free throws at the end.
Yep.
The game itself was extremely close.
Yeah, it was difficult to watch if you were like the 95% of the brackets that filled out for Michigan State.
Yeah, it was hard. It was very stressful and heart attack inducing if you had Michigan State for most of that game.
Did not expect that, and it would be even more heart attack inducing for Tom Izzo, I bet.
Oh, Tom Izzo just about had a heart attack on that sideline.
Yep. Yelling at his players, yelling at Nick Ward on the sideline for Michigan State. Oh,
yelling at Cassius Winston.
Yeah. Cassius Winston could be like he's the Big Ten player of the year. He could be point guard player of the year, but right there, that just did not sum up how well Michigan State has played this season. Hopefully, they'll look to make sure that we're okay for the next game as they take on their conference rival Minnesota for the next one. So Michigan State already in the round of 32 will play another Big Ten school, Minnesota. I believe both of those teams met once this season, and Michigan State beat Minnesota, I think, by like around 20 points or so earlier in the year. But yeah, this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I do play-by-play of college basketball games here, so stay in the know throughout my channel in the March Madness tournament. My next stream after this one will be St. Mary's against Villanova. That one will tip off around 7:20 tonight. That game could go either way.
I've got St. Mary's.
And I've got Villanova. It's all going to depend on if Villanova can shoot three-point shots or not, basically, in that game. Villanova attempts about 30 shots from behind the arc per game this season on average. Villanova's three-point shooting percentage, I think, is around like 32% from three-point range. They rank mid-pack in the Big East. So when they attempt three-point shots, it doesn't necessarily mean that they make the most out of them, because they don't. and they only hit around a third of them, actually. So usually their stat line looks like this. 33-point shots attempted. They make usually 10 or 11 of them per game. Will that be enough against St. Mary's? That's something that we'll have to find out in the game.
St. Mary's can win big games.
St. Mary's held the #1 scoring team in all college tournaments. I think that they do get Tyus Battle back for the tournament. He was injured for the ACC tournament, so I think Tyus Battle will play a key factor for Syracuse in the March Madness tournament here since he's back from injury. But who is not back from injury is Kansas State's Dean Wade, and that's a problem for Kansas State. They take on California Irvine. You see Irvine with a 30-5 record, looking like they might possibly win that game against Kansas State. That, I think, will be one of the most ugly games of the tournament. Kansas State plays pretty solid defense. Offensively, though, they're dead last in the Big 12 when it comes to scoring points. So that is going to be one heck of a game, I think, K-State against UC Irvine. Of course, there was a wild game between Auburn and New Mexico State earlier today. Auburn with a 1-point lead, 78-77, as Auburn fouled New Mexico State with 2 seconds left, as Auburn fouled a New Mexico State player behind the 3-point arc. New Mexico State had three chances to tie up the game. If they had hit all 3 free throws, they made 2 of them out of the 3. So instead of tying it up at the free throw line, Auburn was up 78-77. New Mexico State got the ball back on the inbound, and they had one last chance, but
and they airballed it.
They missed a shot from the left corner, an air ball, and Auburn survived by 1. Florida State beat Vermont today, 76-69. That game was close throughout most of the time, and of course, the game I streamed earlier today, LSU against Yale, was a 16-point lead at halftime by LSU, but Yale came storming back. Wasn't enough, though, towards the finish. Yale had a horrendous day when it came to shooting 3-point shots in that game.
They shot like 34, 35 threes and only made like 6 of them.
Yeah.
It was horrendous.
And that was the problem for Yale, was the 3-point shooting, as LSU squeaked that one out.
It cost them the game.
74.
They lost by 5. If they had made 2 more threes, they would have won that game.
I think they made like 3 of those 3-point shots in like the final minute or so. They needed.
If they had done that 5 minutes earlier, that would have been a whole different game.
Yep. And that has basically been it right now.
That's what's happened so
far. So that's what's been.
Ooh, Arizona State Buffalo tomorrow.
Interesting game, of course. Arizona State against Buffalo tomorrow. Interesting game there, since Arizona State won the play-in yesterday against the Johnnies.
Yeah, and usually a play-in team ends up winning at least one game.
Yeah.
And so far, that has not happened.
Nope, hasn't happened with Belmont. So this could be the bracket buster.
And the 16's not going to win. So it's if a play-in's going to do it, it's got to be ASU, because Belmont did lose.
I've been looking at possible bracket busters. Everybody, like on ESPN.com, keeps on saying Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo. Put them as a sleeper. Tomorrow, they better not overlook that Arizona State game right there. I've got Buffalo into the Elite 8, but losing to Syracuse. I got an upstate New York dream battle right there between an 8 and a 6 in the Elite 8. So fat chance of that happening, but that would be a pretty cool game.
I think I have Buffalo losing in the Sweet 16.
For 2 upstate New York teams to battle it out in the Elite 8. Of course, Buffalo took on Syracuse earlier in the season, and I believe Buffalo did win that game. So Syracuse, I think, will be the hungrier team in that one and win the second time around. The other thing to look out for is, I haven't talked about this yet, but number 14 seeded Old Dominion beat 2 tournament teams that have 8 seeds in the tournament. That is something right now that needs to be brought up about number 14 seeded Old Dominion. They take on the 3 seed Purdue. Old Dominion beat Syracuse at the Carrier Dome in non-conference play this season. They also beat VCU by 10 points. So that is something that has to be brought up, something that few people have realized about. But this Old Dominion team, when they do play against Purdue, I believe it's late tonight, like a 10 o'clock tip-off or so around that time, as that's going to be the game to watch out for. The Old Dominion has a top 6 defense in all college basketball, as well as when it goes to points allowed. So that is going to be a really interesting game on the board there. The Monarchs against the Boilermakers later today. But right now at halftime, Murray State Marquette. We are at halftime. We're going to get back to action momentarily. This is stream number 2 out of 3 streams I'll be doing today. I'll be back tomorrow again for hopefully what turns out to be a good game between Iowa and Cincinnati, kicking it off 12:15 p.m. Eastern time on CBS. I got Cincinnati. I've got Cincinnati deep into the tournament as well. Watch out for Jaron Cumberland, the leading player for Cincinnati, dropped 33 points against a very stellar Houston team in the American Conference Finals. Jaron Cumberland, in my opinion, is the most underrated player in all college basketball. I think he's going to just build off that last game against Houston where he scored that career high 33 points. And Cumberland has so many games as well with double-digit points in the season. I think Cincinnati will win that game against a pretty atrocious Iowa defense tomorrow. That in the last 8 games, Iowa's only won 2 games in the past 8 games. And before that, they had buzzer beaters in back-to-back games against Northwestern and Rutgers as well.
We have our first blowout of the tournament, folks.
Okay, so we got a blowout.
Kansas
another game going on.
is beating Northeastern by 30, 66 to 36. So that is our first blowout of the tournament.
So that is a blowout going on right now. So
that's not close.
Fellow folks up out in Boston, Mass, it's not looking good for the Northeastern Huskies.
They must have no points in the second half.
Wow. I think they have 8 points in the second half. Oh, wow, 11
It was 37-25 at halftime. Still a reasonably close game.
66-36.
29-11 outscored in the second half. More than doubled up. Almost tripled up in the second half. Northeastern has been for points. So yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, you can take Kansas in the second round. So if you guys have a bracket, will you mark Kansas off that they've moved to the second round? I'm already comfortably
I don't think they're blowing a 30-point lead with 7 minutes left. I'll comfortably call that as well. Kansas moves on.
Yep. So Kansas moves on to that second round to take on Auburn on Saturday. Auburn, of course, 1-point victors over a wild game against New Mexico State today. There's been 2 wild games that's gone down so far in the bracket. Belmont against Maryland. Belmont's desperation 3 missed out with a full court 3-point shot at the end of the game. Maryland won by 2. And, of course, last second chance for New Mexico State to beat Auburn today, but it didn't happen as New Mexico State airballed the ball with a second remaining from the left corner, and Auburn won. So 2 wild games already in the bracket. Of course, there was a third wild game that wasn't as close in the total score, but don't let those numbers fool you as Michigan State squeaked out.
Yeah, they squeaked it out
against Bradley. It was close throughout 97% of that game, basically.
This is ridiculous. And the year that I pick all the upsets and just pick tons of upsets,
and none of them
there's
happened.
No upsets. Yeah, I guess Minnesota over Louisville, but those 10-7 games are coin flips, just like the 9-8 games are.
Well,
that's not really a big-time upset.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to wait a little bit later, just like Buffalo upsetting Arizona in the night game last year. Always seems to be a night game. Marshall against Wichita State, a night game. Buffalo against Arizona, a night game. When Georgetown was a 2 seed and played Ohio in the first round, there was a night game.
Maybe tonight
Virginia
it will be
against UMBC, a night game.
Tonight it will be St. Mary's over Villanova.
So that's what you got for your lock. St. Mary's against Villanova. I can see that possible. It all depends on what Villanova team comes to play, if they can make 3-point shots
they hit
or
the
not.
Threes or not.
I'm
they
saying,
shoot like Yale, no.
I'm saying this one. Number 14 seeded Old Dominion over number 3 seeded Purdue, which only 10% of brackets have. Purdue, if you look at their records at away games, They are 6-6 on the road. Purdue is undefeated, 15-0 at home at a neutral court. Purdue 2-3 at a neutral court for their record. That could be the possible upset that nobody sees coming. But I have it circled in my bracket here. We'll see when that game, I think that's the last game of the night. So basically when everybody wakes up in the morning.
In the morning, because I won't be staying up for that.
That game tips off 9:57 p.m. tip-off on the East Coast. They'll be pushed back to like 10:45 or so because these games run late. But here we are. We're almost getting ready to go back to action. Murray State and Marquette for the second half. 10 assists already in that first half by Murray State.
Let's go, Murray State.
Yep, I've got Murray State here as well. Let me know in the chat who you got
here. We need a 12 to win. I need multiple 12s to win, but we need this 12
Let
to
me
win.
know down below in the chat if you like Murray State in this game or if you're rooting for Marquette in your bracket. Here we are back to action, the second half of Murray State against Marquette. This is the only game going on right now that is not a blowout in progress. So we'll most likely have more people joining throughout this game since Northeastern against Kansas is the other game going on right now is a blowout. Join me in for St. Mary's Villanova right after this one around 7:20.
I'm going to have to get some food in between.
Yep. We'll have snacks in between. We're back to action here. Murray State with the ball. And we got a Murray State fan in the chat. Here we go. Yeah.
Short on the 3. Offensive rebound.
Murray State offensive rebound. Inside the key and no good. Battle for that ball. Another offensive rebound. They kick it back outside. Oh, man. Murray State, Darnell Cowart came here to play an offensive rebound.
He just got like 3 rebounds in one play.
That's crazy.
That'll pump your stats.
19.5 left to go. 42-35. Murray State with the ball, making their move inside.
And he dunks it.
Slam a jam right there for the Racers. We got a Murray State Racers
Good
fan in
start
the chat as well. Thank you so much for joining me in here in the chat. Murray State up by 9. Both of us have the Racers as well. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button down below. Hit subscribe to my videos as I do play-by-play of college basketball games. No good by Marquette. Murray State with a rebound. Murray State. Oh, they get the shot right there. Went around the rim. They put it home.
11-point game now, Murray State. They can put this away early. If they can go on a run here, they can put this away.
46-35 with a timeout called with 18:42 left to go.
Marquette's already burned a timeout less than 2 minutes into the half.
Yep. That could be costly as we get to the late stages of the game. Murray State on a 4-0 run to start off this second half. We're just right back to action in this one. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button as well as I do play-by-play of March Madness games. So let me know in the chat who you like, Murray State or Marquette, as Murray State right now with an 11-point lead, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. We do have a TV timeout on the court. We'll get back to action momentarily here with the rest of Murray State against Marquette. So John Morant trying to go for that triple-double in this game as he's getting closer and closer throughout this one. Both of those guys just lighting up the scoreboard, Ja and Marcus Howard. But what a game. I saw this in the bracket about like 3 weeks ago. ESPN put this game as the projected game in the bracket, and I was like, what a dream match if this actually happens. And it is happening, Murray State against Marquette in this one with 2 top 10 leading scorers in all college basketball. We're currently on a commercial break. Murray State on a 4-0 run to start out the second half here. As this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Hit that like button down below. Hit the subscribe button that goes along as well as I do play-by-play the March Madness games. Next one, St. Mary's against Villanova. That will take place around 7:20 p.m. Eastern time here, as I'll get that game for you guys right after the conclusion of Murray State against Marquette. But right now on commercial break, Murray State shooting the ball phenomenal from the floor. in this game. I think
51%.
Yeah, 51% right
and
now for Murray
66,
State.
2/3, 66.7. They've hit 2/3 of their 3-point attempts. That's huge.
Murray State's knocked down 8 shots out of 12 from behind the arc in this game.
Whereas Marquette is only 1/3, 5 for 15 from 3. That's a big difference right there.
A little bit more 3-pointers have been forced by Marquette so far in this game.
Marquette's shooting less than 40%. So
it's
hard to win if you shoot that low.
That was a crazy possession by Murray State on the first possession of the second half where they got like 3 offensive rebounds in a row underneath the basket. 12 assists by Murray State as well, out-assisting Marquette 12-2 as well. That is a huge number. Murray State ranks 6th in all college basketball in total assists per game. Here we are back to action. Marquette left wing 3.
Missed.
No good. Tried to go for the tip in. No good as well.
That's
rebounded by Murray State with 18.5 left.
They're tanking their shooting percentage.
Murray with the ball into the hands of Ja, left wing in the 3-point perimeter here. As he's chewing off clock time. Ja with the ball, dribbling towards that top of the key. 18-18 left to go in the second. Ja with the ball, 11-point lead by Murray State. Ja passes it up top and it gets tipped out of bounds.
Good defense.
Good D from preventing the alley-oop there by Marquette. The ball goes out of bounds. I'm going to update you guys with the score once again in the chat. So if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe button as well.
Ja and one.
And Ja will be... He got that one down. He'll be going to the line also for one. So Ja Morant, guys, just hit a big bucket down low.
Oh,
wow.
And the shot to the head as he goes up and finishes.
And he got fouled as well.
He's got 12 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds.
With 18:09 left to go in the second, Ja Morant at the free throw line, 48-35, make it 49. Murray State with quite the lead here, up by 14 points.
They're starting to pull away.
Marquette with the ball with 18 minutes left to go. Trying to go inside for Marquette.
Rejected.
Missed the layup. Offensive rebound, though. They set up the offense, and bad pass right there. They do get it back. Marcus Howard.
Nails it.
Outside 3 from the right side. Good.
Huge shot from Marquette.
49-38. Murray State up by 11. 17:40 left to go. Oh, what a pass behind the back.
Oh,
slam.
Ja just slammed it in his face.
Man.
File the bullying report. File the bullying report. Slams it in his face.
We're going to bully tonight, boys. 51-38, 17-15.
That is just disrespectful.
Left to go here. Inside the paint for Marquette.
And a miss
no
for Marquette.
Good off
Marquette's
the backboard. Rebounded by Murray State. What an insane behind the back pass to Ja on the last
play. Ja!
No,
he missed it.
I thought you laid that.
The net moved, but it was someone's arm.
Yeah, that camera angle. Got it off the backboard, but not into the net. I thought he reverse hand layup that one home, but he didn't. 3 ball by Marquette.
Way short.
Hits the rim short. Rebounded by Murray State. Pushing
tempo. Break.
Laying it in. Right there.
Timeout. Got to get a timeout here if you're Marquette.
Kevin Brown.
They only have 2 left. Marquette only has 2 timeouts left already.
Yeah. Wow, burning timeouts early in this one. Marquette did lay it up and in on the other side. So both of these teams going coast to coast. 53-40. Murray State with a 13-point lead. 16:20 left to go.
Put up the 3.
Right corner 3.
Just
no good.
Missed.
Hit the rim short. Rebounded by Marquette. Oh, man, what a game. Marquette with a ball.
That's a foul.
And a foul called with 16-14 left to go. So if you're new to the channel,
13-point lead.
Hit that like button down below. Hit subscribe as well, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube.
13-point lead.
We have 16-14 left to go in this game. Murray State with a 13-point lead. Marquette with the inbound now with the right wing of that 3-point perimeter. This is Sam Hauser, and back into the hands of Howard. No good from the outside. Rebounded by Murray State with 16 left. Murray State with the ball, right side of the 3-point perimeter. They set up the offense here for Murray. This is Ja with the ball, dribbling towards that top of the key. Ja passes it off. Left wing of the perimeter for Murray State. Trying to go baseline to kick it back outside, top of the key for Murray. Murray trying to go inside low post. No good off the backboard. Offensive rebound. Up and in. He puts it home. Ha! Oh, my goodness. Murray State with a 15-point lead in this. 15 and a half
minutes left. Marquette has got to make a push here.
If you haven't done so already, hit the like button on my video. Hit subscribe as well. Gonna update you guys here with the score.
Howard missed the
back. No good. Marquette. There was a foul called on the play.
On Marquette.
Marquette trying to rebound that ball after the step back by Marcus Howard. Just updated you guys with a score 55-40, guys. Murray State with a 15-point lead with 15-15 left to go when we do get back to
finally
commercial
picking
break.
up. Yep. Looks like we picked it right. Where is Murray State?
Yep, I picked Murray State. I have them sneaking past Florida State in the next game as well. So I have them going all the way.
Given the way Florida State just played against Vermont, that is possible.
Yep.
So Murray State is in Kentucky. I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah, Murray State right now. 15-point lead against Marquette. Insane what Murray State is doing right now from the floor.
They're shooting almost 53% from the floor.
How about 3-point?
Over 60% from 3.
That is crazy right now. They are from 3-point range. Murray State is 8 for 13 right now, shooting the ball from the outside. How about that assist total for Murray State, out-assisting Marquette 15-3 at this point of the game. We're on a commercial break if you haven't done so already. Hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button as well as I stream play-by-play of March Madness games throughout the season. So stay in the know here throughout the entire tournament. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Ja Morant, guys, going off, looking at the point totals. 15 points right now for Ja. What a game here for the possible number 2.
It's not the points with him. It's
number
the
3
points,
NBA
the
draft
assists,
Yep.
the rebounds. This guy does everything.
And when he plays on the court, he makes his entire team better.
Oh, 1,000 times better.
When he was injured against Jacksonville State, I think Murray State lost that game by 20 because he got hurt in that game early on. But when Ja plays,
10 rebounds yet?
He makes Murray State so much better on the court. He's just absolutely insane. The passing, he's such an incredible passer.
Ja might get a triple-double.
So
Ja's got 15 points and 10 assists with 6 rebounds already.
Wow.
If he gets the rebounds, he's got a triple-double.
Yeah, Ja has 2 triple-doubles this season. He has 16 double-doubles.
17 now. He's already got the
17 right now. So 16 entering this game, now 17. As we're on this commercial break. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button down below. Hit subscribe as well as I call college basketball games doing play-by-play. Next one after this, St. Mary's against Villanova. That possibly could be another upset. I know in your bracket, you have St. Mary's winning. I've got Villanova in that one. That's an 11 versus 6 matchup. It's all going to depend on Villanova if they can hit 3-point shots or not in that one. But here we are almost back to action between Murray State and Marquette.
$15-point lead with 15 minutes left.
And 15 points by Ja Morant. Hey, what's up, little man knows sports? Thank you so much for joining me back in
Murray
here.
State, let's go.
I got my friend John here on the channel. He also does his own videos on YouTube. His channel is called Off the Wall Hockey, so make sure to like
hockey.
His
got the
channel
hat
as well. It's called Off the Wall Hockey. Just type it in to the YouTube search bar, and it will be there. So here we are back to action. Murray State with the ball as well. 15 minutes left to do. Oh, wow, that's awesome. You're about to be 7-1 in your bracket. Here we are, Murray State with the ball. They pass it, and inside a low post jumper. No good. But it gets rebounded by Marquette. 15-point lead by Murray. 14:45 left to go. Marquette now with the ball. Jumper in the key.
Missed
no
it.
good.
Howard
Ugly shot
close.
right there. Oh, thank you so much. You just joined Off the Wall Hockey.
Beautiful. Right thank you.
Huge basket by Murray State as they're up by 17 in the steal. Murray State with a steal now. Trying to go fast break inside, and a foul called with 14:27 left to go. So I'm going to update you guys with the score here.
Marquette is reeling
right now. Oh, yeah, I picked Murray State in my bracket as well.
I picked Murray State.
That kind of did without me in Newport. The Edge.
No, it's not really Edge Drumline.
Reunite, but no, that doesn't happen anymore, is it?
I won't be doing that anymore. That's for sure.
14:27 left to go. I think the first shot at the free throw line did not go down. So I got 2 games wrong, I believe, today. I got Minnesota wrong. I picked Louisville over Minnesota, and I also got Belmont wrong. I picked Belmont over Maryland earlier today. So I have 2 losses right now, I believe.
Shame.
Marquette tried to go inside. They got rejected by Murray State. Murray State got it back.
I have a lot more than 2 losses so far. That was a
Murray State
bad throwaway.
Pass. Marquette trying to go into the distance. 3-on-1. And they couldn't get it. No problem.
Marquette can't buy a shot here.
13:52 left to get. Yeah, no problem. I'll see you on the next stream, little man. I'll be doing St. Mary's against Villanova, the 11 versus 6 around 7:20 later today. So thank you so much for joining me as well. And then I'll be back tomorrow with a couple of games as well.
Yep.
Still 57-40. And the ball goes back into the hands of Ja. Murray State with the ball at the top of the key with Ja dribbling towards the left wing of the perimeter. Tries to go inside baseline, kicks it back outside, right corner 3.
Oh!
He almost in that.
And out.
And it rattled right out. Rebounded by Marquette.
That is brutal.
17-point game, step back 3.
Way short.
Hit the
and they
rim
turn
short.
it. They can't get the rebound.
Tip in, and it goes to Murray State now in transition. No good by Murray. Rebounded by Marquette. Still 57-40 with 13:19 left to go.
Another whistle. Jesus.
I'm going to update you guys on the score. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button down below to my video. Hit subscribe as well as I do play-by-play of college basketball games in the March Madness tournament. Your one stop here with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. 57-40. Currently the score. Marquette working low post jumper.
Got the roll.
Got that one home. 57-42. 15-point game again. Murray State with the ball.
This is going to get real interesting as we get down to the final 10 minutes to see if Marquette can make any sort of a push. Try and get back in this.
Yeah, not looking. Oh, man.
Oh, threw it away.
Murray State just threw that ball away. Ja tried to go with a behind-the-back pass. Getting a little
not work.
Too fancy right there. Went on a bounce off the baseline. So
little
turnover
cocky there
by Murray. 6th turnover of the game by Ja, but he does have 15 points
and 10 assists.
10 assists, and also moving up in rebounds as well. 15-point game. Marquette with the ball. Right elbow. 2. And no good. Rolled around the rim. Offensive rebound. He gets stuffed underneath the backboard.
Now they got numbers the
Murray
other
State
way.
with a 3-on-2. Murray State in transition. Right corner 3.
Nails it.
The net, baby.
60-42. The 12 seed is winning.
Murray State coming to play today.
Murray State has the offense today.
12:06.
That's got to be an offensive foul.
We did have a foul on the play.
Offensive foul, I think. That's got to be offensive.
Ja Morant right now with 11 assists on the game. Oh, man, lighting up the scoreboard here. Just the no-look pass to the right corner on the 3-on-2
Brown
transition.
has 17 points.
Ja,
so that's where most of Ja's assists are going.
Ja makes his teammates play so much better. It's insane how they feed off his energy. Marquette's in trouble. They're down by 18.
24-point win or 34-point win for Kansas over Northeastern.
So that game just went final. Kansas beat Northeastern 87-53
That's our first blowout of the tournament.
So that's blowout number 1.
I'm honestly surprised that there haven't been more That's the first blowout. Usually there's more by now.
Get ready for blowout number 2 when Abilene Christian takes on Kentucky later today. Abilene Christian has a record of 27-6, but 4 of those wins were against non-Division I opponents.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're on a TV timeout right now. Gonna update you guys with a score
that
here
shouldn't count.
in the chat.
Non-D1.
60-42 is the score.
Why
right
do
now.
those even count?
This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe button to my channel down below. It's looking like this 12 seed of Murray State is going to pull off the W here as they have a gigantic 18-point lead. When we do get back into action, we are on a TV timeout currently, but one hell of a game. 60% by Murray State from the three-point line in this one. Shooting from 3, they are 9 for 15 today. Just need one more three-point shot to make it 10 on the game. 21 for 42 from the field. That's an even 50% as well. Murray State is shooting. Marquette has been dropping as of late. Murray State's just been red hot. Marquette shooting the ball at 32% from the field right now.
Only 28 from
TV
3.
timeouts. 28% from three-point range.
Marquette's turning the ball over more
as well.
And Murray State is keeping the rebound battle close. 32-30 Marquette in rebounds.
Yeah,
so no decided advantage there.
Yep. I'm looking at the offensive rebounds. Marquette out-rebounding Murray State 13-6, but it was one of those plays at the very start of the second half where Murray State got like 3 offensive rebounds in a row. That was just insane.
Murray State has a lot more defensive rebounds, 24-19.
Look at those assists on here on this for Murray
State. 17-3.
17 assists today by Murray State. We're not done
with
this game, folks.
Ja has like 11 of them.
He's the #1 player in all college basketball in assists per game. Ja over his average on the season as he averages 10 assists per game, which is
he's bumping that
absolutely
average today.
Crazy.
He might get to 12 to 13, maybe even 15 today.
He could get it to a triple-double today, guys.
If he gets the rebounds very much, so yes.
He has 2 triple-doubles on the season. He has 17 double-doubles right now for Ja Morant. Also, 6 games that he scored.
Fast break points.
Or more points.
So in transition, Murray State has 15 fast break points. Marquette has 2.
21 points by Marcus Howard on the game, but
he's trying to do everything himself.
If this game was for Howard, if Marquette needed to win this game, Howard needs to get 40+ in order for him to win, because Marquette's basically, their whole team is Marcus Howard. That's the concern that they have with Purdue. Purdue's whole team is Carson Edwards when they do play against Old Dominion later tonight. Their whole offense runs through Edwards. Once in a while, Edwards does have an off night. But here we are back to action. Murray State with the ball. They are up by 18 with 11:40 left to go. They're at the left wing of that three-point perimeter here, as that is Shaq Buchanan. Puts that ball now into the hands of his teammate Ja. Ja trying to make his move inside, spin move inside the key for Ja. Gets stripped of the ball. Hit the backboard.
Rebound.
Offensive rebound by Murray State, though, and a wild ball that kept on pinballing in between players, and they put it back up and in. 20-point lead for Murray State, 62-42. What a terrific game here for the Racers, making a splash in the tournament inside a low post and a foul call. So Marquette will go to the free throw line. Murray State just keep on pushing tempo throughout this entire game.
They are a fast team.
Yeah, I've seen fast teams this season. North Carolina being one of them. This might be the second fast team I've seen all season long. 62-43. First shot at the free throw line went down for Marquette. Second one, they knocked that down as well. Back to an 18-point game. 62-44. As Murray State has the ball now into the hands of Ja with under 11 left to play in regulation. They take it past the timeline here. Ja passes it left wing of the perimeter to Shaq Buchanan, dribbling towards that top of the key. They pass it off. Left corner, open 3
Oh,
no good.
rims
That was
out.
the first time that we've seen an open three kind of miss so far by Murray State. Rebounded by Marquette. They are down by 18. Marquette at the right wing of the perimeter with Joey Hauser. He passes it to Howard. Howard inside, pass it to his teammate underneath the bucket, looking for somebody who's
And they
open.
take the ball
Turn
away.
it over, and now we have a two fast
And
break for a second.
Drop
And
the layup in.
Murray State laying it up and in. 20-point game here. 64-44. Murray with a huge lead with 10-10 remaining. Marquette with the ball. They need an answer. There's the left elbow. Dribbling inside in the key. Puts up the shot, no good. Another missed shot by Marquette. Looks like Murray State's going to be moving on, folks. Under 10 left to play. Ball into the hands of Ja.
20-point lead.
And he's slowing down tempo right now.
Yeah, Murray State is slowing the tempo now.
64-44.
They want to drain clock, obviously.
Shots this half. Marquette is shooting an abysmal 3 for 20 in the second half from the field. Murray State with the ball. Trying to back their way in the low post, and
a 3-second call.
A 3-second call inside that restricted area.
But they took good half a minute off the clock there. So even though they didn't get points, they did kill about 30 seconds of clock on that possession. Which at this point is important. Because you got a 20-point lead. It's not all about getting points now. They definitely still need to score some baskets, but they can probably win with 70 points, which is only 6 more points.
Yeah, it's just chewing up clock at this point.
Now.
And Marquette has only scored 2 points in the last 3 minutes, 45 seconds. That ball just went out of bounds. It was deflected by Murray State. It did go out of bounds with 9:15
so Marquette ball
left to go. So I think it should be Marquette. Yep, Marquette inbound here. 9:15 left to go. Marcus Howard has been held to 5 points in the second half. 21 points today. Spin move inside.
Missed the
Another
easy
miss. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, offensive dunk on the offensive rebound, though.
Right there by Ed Morrow.
Final 9 to go.
So 18-point game remaining. 9 minutes left and under 9 now. As Murray State is chewing clock with the ball. Ja passes it right wing of the perimeter. Murray State handing it off back to Ja. Dribbling around that 3-point perimeter. Nice pass
low,
inside.
off the glass.
Underneath the glass and up and in right there. Tevin Brown has been playing lights out as well. Leading scorer currently in this game. I think he has.
Ja's up to 13 assists.
I think Tevin Brown has 19 points as well. 15 points, 13 assists today by Ja. Marquette with the ball, trying to work their way inside. And that one, they try to kick it back outside. Tipped out of bounds by Murray State. With 8:19 remaining. So Marquette back on the inbound. The ball gets lost out of bounds. But it was last touched by Murray State. As the refs
they don't think so.
Will roll. Looks like Murray State trying to plead their case to the refs right there about the last play. So a 20-point game right now. Inbound by Marquette, and they give it over. Stolen by Murray State. Here we are in transition. Speeding the tempo, trying to go to
and
distance,
lays it in.
Laying it up and in right there by the Racers.
22-point game.
68-46. Murray State with under 8 left to play and a timeout called by Marquette. They just burned their 3rd timeout of the second half. As I'm going to update you guys with the score. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button down below. Hit subscribe as well to my channel. And this is a blowout, second blowout of the day in this one. I didn't think that this would be this big of a lead. But these Murray State Racers here, folks, do not count out this team in the tournament right now. They play lights out when Ja Morant is on the court, and he makes his team so much better. Game in and game out right now. 68-46. As this is the last game before dinner time wraps up, and then they get back to action with a couple more games tipping off in about 15 minutes or so. So dinner time going around right now. Everybody taking their breaks, and we got Murray State crushing Marquette 68-46. So everybody's taking their dinner break. We'll be going back to watch Kentucky against Abilene Christian in a little bit. And I'll see that
Florida versus Nevada starts
Florida
up in about 15 minutes.
in a little bit. And I'll see that the score of this one, Murray State with a huge lead against Marquette. But if you haven't done so already, hit the like button down below to my channel. Hit subscribe as well, as I do play-by-play of college basketball games. Murray State shooting the ball lights out for when it comes from three-point shooting in today's game. I think 15 points, 13 assists today by Ja Morant. I think the leading scorer hasn't been Ja, though, for Murray State. It's been Tevin Brown
17
for the Racers.
points.
Yep, 17 points at the moment for Tevin Brown.
The big guy, Cower, is also at a phenomenal game.
Yep, Cower on the season has 6 double-doubles this season. Coward's the leading rebounder for Murray. Let's see.
He's got 4 points, but 7 rebounds.
Looks like,
including 4 offensive rebounds.
Talking about how Ja Morant, when he plays in the court, he makes his teammates so much better. Look at these totals. 17 points by Tevin Brown.
14
Shaq
for
Buchanan, 14 points. 15 points
10 for
by
Williams.
Ja, and 10 points by KJ Williams. 4 players from Murray State
in double figures.
In double figures right now for double-digit points.
Gilmore has 5 off the bench.
And five bench points by Gilmore. 3, it looks like, by
Eves.
Yep, Javion Eves of Murray State. So 8 points on the bench by Murray.
4 of their 5 starters have double-digit points. That's how you win a game right there.
So if you guys thought that this team was all about Ja, it's not, guys. 4 of their players.
He's the engine that makes them go.
With double-digit points. He's the one who passes to these open guys, and they're taking open shots, finding their way to get open from the outside or inside, and hitting shots left and right. Marquette's in trouble. They have the ball. They're down by 22, trying to maneuver inside. They do get the
20.
bucket right there. That was, I think, Marcus Howard who laid it up and in. 68-48. 7:40 remaining. Murray State with a 20-point lead, just killing clock right now. 7:35 left, right side of the perimeter, moving it now towards that top of the key with Ja. 7.5 left. Nice pass by Ja underneath the defense and putting it up and home into the net right there for Murray State. Another assist by Ja. 15 points, 14 assists.
Unbelievable.
Murray State has reached the 70 mark here, folks. Marquette with the ball moving inside the paint, up and in off the backboard, and 1 by Marquette. Still a 20-point game.
Trying to get excited about this 20-point game. I'm just excited that one of my upset picks is winning.
Yep, a 12 seed beating a 5 seed right now by 20 points. So we have 7:09 left. Marquette at the free throw line, shooting the and 1 with Joey Hauser. He's an 81% free throw shooter, and that one rattled out, no good. Still 70-50. Joey Hauser also ranks first in the Big East Conference in three-point range shooting. Shooting 43% from behind the arc this season in the Big East, but he hasn't taken many chances at the three-point ball as Murray State tried to feed it in down low. It did get stolen on the play. Marquette with a steal. In transition, left wing, open 3. Knocks it down right there. Easy three-point shot, 70-53.
This is why it's important to build that lead, because then when Marquette does start hitting some shots, the game's not immediately on the line. You've got some cushion there. And so boy, does Murray State have a cushion.
So Marquette now chipping into the Murray State lead. It's 17-point lead by Murray State. Murray State with the ball. So they try to take it inside. Another good pass, and it goes up and in off the backboard by the big man, Darnell Cowart. Another assist by Ja. 15 points, 15 assists. Doing it all. And helping out his teammates in the long haul with 6:03 left to go in a stoppage in time here on the court. 19-point lead for Murray State. Marquette left corner three. No good. Rattled out. Rebounded by Ja. Just another rebound to add to his stat total as he's nearing that triple-double. 5:50 left to go. Murray State takes it past the timeline. They pass it off top of the key with KJ Williams. Williams puts it back into the hands of Ja. Let's see what type of pass he does this time. Ja now, left baseline, dribbling with the ball, trying to make his move in there. Almost went out of bounds, but he was able to pass it off to his teammate who almost laid it up and in. Offensive rebound and a foul called.
St. Mary's and Villanova has been pushed to 7:45 start time.
So these games just keep on moving back and back throughout the day.
The late games that are supposed to be at like 9:30 will end up being like 11. Yep.
11 o'clock tonight with those late games, basically. You won't be able to see the ending until
you'll see the score in the morning.
Yep. I'm supposed to be covering UCF against VCU. That's like the last game
That's
tomorrow.
Scheduled for 10 o'clock. It's going to be midnight before it actually gets off.
A ton of games today. Fairleigh Dickinson plays against Gonzaga.
That's not going to go well.
As we had that big game against that edge guy of Fairleigh Dickinson in the play-in game, but
he's phenomenal. He had like 35
Yeah, they
points.
play against Gonzaga.
Missed another 3 for Marquette.
Misses the three. They get the offensive rebound.
And miss another three.
That was a bad shot.
Marquette shooting like Yale.
Marquette.
Their 3-point percentage is about to drop because they just missed 2. I don't think ESPN's updated yet. It wasn't down to 28%.
Wow. Murray State under 5 left. They have a 20-point lead, trying to back their way inside, and we do have a foul called on the play, committed by Joey Hauser. Yep, Joey Hauser just picked up his 4th foul of the game with 4:51 left remaining.
I'd go right after him and foul him right out.
Murray State will shoot 2 at the free throw line, guys. First shot at the line, hits the first one in the bonus meeting. They'll go back to the line for a second one. So Darnell Cowart, a 68% free throw shooter, just hit his first one at the line. 8 points, 8 rebounds today.
He's had a good game.
By Cowart, the leading rebounder on the Racers, make it 9 points. 75-53. I thought this would be a pretty good game, but not a blowout here on the court by Murray State. Looking red hot. Shot no good by Marquette. Rebounded by Murray State.
Ja has a triple-double.
As fans erupt here,
Ja has a triple-double. 15, 15, and 10.
What a game.
Unbelievable.
He has the most triple-doubles in all of college basketball this season. He just got his 3rd on the season in the first round of the tournament.
If you didn't know who Ja Morant was before today, you do now.
Yep, and now you have to Google him up, everybody. 2nd projected NBA draft pick, or possibly 3rd. After this, he might be number 2 in the draft.
I think we all know Zion's number 1, but
it's either comes down to him and RJ. RJ Barrett, who's averaging 23 points per game for Duke. And also, he has double-digit points in every single one of his games. That's what it comes down to.
Hauser just fouled out, I think. Yep.
So they just went after what you said.
Joey Hauser
went right after
out.
Joey Hauser. Shot from the line, no good by Murray State. Rebounded by Marquette with 4:10 left to go. Inside the lane by Marquette, laying it up and in.
That's Howard.
So Howard took it to the rim there. Still a 20-point game with 4 minutes left. Ja with the ball, left wing of the perimeter, passes it. Right wing 3 as he was open there. No good from outside by Murray State. Rebounded by Marquette. 3:45 remaining. Marquette with the ball. Left wing 3 from outside. Knocks it down by Marquette. So I'm going to update you guys in the score here with a chat. 75-58. We have 3:43 remaining. Timeout on the floor called by Murray State. We'll get back to action momentarily here, but this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe to my channel as I do play-by-play of college basketball. So I don't think anybody saw this coming, that this game would be this big of a lead by Murray State. That's for sure. I thought it was going to be close.
Yeah, I picked Murray State to win, but I thought it'd be a close game.
I thought this was going to be like one of those hyped games, like a
buzzer beater or so
by Murray State. I thought this Marquette team would bring it today, but I've been really disappointed in Marquette as of late. They've lost their last 5 out of 6 games, and now they're out of the tournament in the first round. At one point, they were
not looking good for Iowa tomorrow.
Yeah. Not looking good for Iowa, I don't think, against Cincinnati.
They've lost
the past
4 out of their last 6.
Yeah, out of the past 8 games, Iowa's only managed to win 2 of those.
So they've lost 6 out of their last 8.
6 out of the last game, and the 2 games before, they lost 6 out of the last 8. The 2 games before that 8-game streak with that, they won both of those games by buzzer beaters, beating Northwestern at the buzzer and Rutgers.
So not even good teams.
Yeah, 2 teams at the very bottom of the Big Ten. And also, Iowa ranks like towards the bottom in points allowed this season as well. They have too many teams they've gave up blowouts against. Like, they have too many 20-point losses this season for Iowa. I have Cincinnati over Iowa.
Oh yeah, I do
tomorrow.
Too. I think the big story in this game has been, again, shooting percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Murray State shooting 51.9% from the field and 52.9% from 3, where Marquette is only shooting 34.8% from the field and 28% from 3.
Yep.
The team that shoots better wins the game.
And in order to have a good shooting percentage, what's up, little man? Thanks for joining me back here. And in order to have a good shooting percentage, you need to pass the ball really well.
And that's what Ja does.
Ja Morant today with 15 assists out of the 21 for Murray State. 21 assists by Murray State today, only 6 by Marquette. So they've been able to pass the ball to open players, and they've been able to hit open shots as well. I've got Florida in that game over Nevada. I
got Florida over Nevada.
I don't think that Nevada hasn't played anybody good. Nevada has a really good record, 29-4 overall, but Nevada hasn't played anybody good. What worries me is 2 out of the 4 losses that Nevada suffered this season were at the hands of San Diego State. San Diego State lost right before the new year in non-conference play to the Brown Bears, an Ivy League school from Providence. San Diego State lost to them 82-61 against the team from the Ivy League that finished 5th. San Diego State beat Nevada in the Mountain West tournament in the semifinals. So here we are back to action. Looks like Murray State's at the free throw line. Tevin Brown with 17 today. 75 points for Murray State. 58 by Marquette. First shot at the line by Brown.
Good.
Knocks that one down. 76.
18.
58.
He's the team's leading scorer.
So you would think that Ja Morant would be the leading scorer for today, and that
nope, it's Tevin Brown.
Everything goes through
19.
Ja, but Ja makes his teammates so much better, and Tevin Brown leads the way with 19. 77-58. A huge blowout here. Marquette passing around the perimeter, right wing 3. They finally hit a shot from outside there. Brendan Bailey hits the 3-point shot. A couple of these key names that I haven't called today, Sakar Annam and Theo John, they've barely done anything today for Marquette, and they're in the starting lineup. And right there, the and one, Murray State going to the bucket. They hit it home. They're fouled as well.
And they're almost to 80 points.
79 points by Murray. 79-61. They'll put 80 on the board if they hit the free throw here, and they still have 3:17 left to go. Almost got it rattled out. Rebounded by Marquette. Marquette takes it past the timeline. Step back, deep two from the elbow. No
Missed
good.
it. Rebound, Murray State.
Another rebound by Murray State with 3 minutes left. They're just going to chew up clock time here. We have a blowout. Ooh, a
bad turnover
stolen ball.
there.
Murray State tried to get it over a defender. Tipped by Marquette. Marquette with a steal. Left corner three. No good. Terrible shot selection, but out of bounds on Jaws. He tipped it out as he tried to go for the rebounds.
Under 3 minutes now.
This was hyped up as one of the top national players of the year, John Morant, going up against Big East player of the year, Marcus Howard, and Marquette just couldn't keep up. They did get the offensive rebound there. Right wing three by Howard. No good. Air ball, that one. Murray State comes away with a rebound. What a pass behind the defense and the slam. Oh, man, doing it so many ways. KJ Williams slamming that one down. What a
16 points for KJ Williams.
Full court pass right there by Murray State. They're up by 20. 81-61 with 2:15 left. Oh, what a block, but a foul called on the blocking. Foul by Murray State. Ja with a full court pass to KJ Williams on the last bucket, and he just slams it down. Marquette with 2:15 remaining is down by 20.
His 20th double-double of the season, 3rd triple-double, 4th of his career.
Marquette's at the free throw line with Marcus Howard. Hits his first one. Marquette, about like a month ago or so, at the end of January, beginning of February, Marquette was a top 10 team in all college basketball. Today, they will suffer a first-round loss in the round of 64. 81-62 with 2 minutes left. Ja with the ball, slowing down tempo. Under 2 left to play. Ja trying to take it up the court. Kicks it back outside. Left corner three. No good. Hit it. Missed that one outside. Rebounded by Marquette. 1:40 left to go. You can call this one a W, and we've been saying that for a while now.
We knew that like half an hour ago.
We knew by the way that Murray State started out
shooting the ball.
Second half and shooting the ball. It was close. There was one point in the game that did concern me. Murray State did get up 20-10, and then they gave up a 10-0 run to Marquette. Other than that, it's been Murray State from there on out as the shot at the free throw line goes down for Marquette. But
Marquette
it's an 18-point game. Second shot at the line goes down for Marquette as they are down by 17 right now. Going to update you guys with the score. 1:40 left to go. 81-64. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I do play-by-play of college basketball games in the March Madness tournament, so stay in the know here with my channel, as we'll be doing St. Mary's against Villanova next one. After this, the 11 versus 6 matchup around 7:45 later tonight. Ja Morant has more assists than points right now. 16 assists, 15 points, 11 rebounds. Morant
17
make
points.
it 17, so he has one more point than he does in the assist column. What a great game here for Murray. 1:07 left remaining.
Why are they stopping? Just run the damn clock out. I hate this. There's no need.
Yep,
just run the clock.
I think. Yep, he just
17 points, 16 assists, and 11 rebounds for Ja Morant as he comes out of the game.
Yep, Ja Morant with a standing ovation here.
What a performance!
What a game! What a game for Ja Morant and Murray State today. Marcus Howard also out of the game for Marquette.
Marquette just throwing up dumb shots here. Final minute.
50 seconds remaining.
The
Murray
shot
State
clock
with the
will be
ball.
off after this possession.
Yep. 26-second difference between game clock and shot clock. 40 seconds left on the game clock. 14 on the shot clock.
Oh, they
Murray
turned it
State tried to go
over.
inside. They turned it over. This game has been done for a while now. Marquette with the ball. Right
In and
baseline
out.
jumper, no good, in and out. And that sums up Marquette's game today in the first
And
round.
that's it. They don't have to do
Murray
anything.
State
Murray State is going to the next round.
to the round of 32, guys.
Finally got one right.
Murray State, you can check that one off in the bracket. Will be taking on Florida State on Saturday.
That will be one heck of a game.
An
We'll see if
interesting
they
game.
can shoot like that again.
The runner-up in the ACC tournament this time will be going up against a more difficult team in the Florida State Seminoles, led by a player who has quite a bit of size, 7'4", Christ Kumaji of Florida State.
Ooh.
They do have a lot of size on that Seminoles team, but they did play a close game against Vermont throughout 95% of that game today. So I'm looking forward to that matchup of Murray State
Absolutely.
obliterating Marquette
83 to
in
64.
extreme fashion.
19-point blowout.
Yep, with 4 players in double-digit points with a 19-point convincing victory. So 12 versus 4 in Hartford on Saturday. Murray State going up against Florida State. What a game for the Racers here. Both of us had that upset, and we were
got it
both
right.
correct.
We
Thank
got it right.
goodness. So that is the first half, basically, of college basketball today as the dinner break's basically over. Join me for my next stream. Number 11, St. Mary's takes on number 6, Villanova. I'll be back around 7:45-ish p.m. Eastern time to cover that game. Should be an interesting one with both of those teams. But this has been another presentation of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Remember, before you go, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel as well. Murray State coming out a huge victory by 19 against Marquette.